Hey guys, welcome back. This is going to be part 4 of my Princess Party Entertainer series, I suppose. I realised that these videos are some of my most popular videos and definitely the ones that I get the most comments on, the most questions about. So I was really keen to do another one. It's not the part 4 that I was planning on doing. A little preview though, the episode that I'm planning is basically I need to go home to get my folder. So when I was doing my princess parties, I had a big folder. I had copies of all the forms that I would send out, the order I would do everything in, all the notes I took for like in case I ever had to pay taxes if I started doing it as a full-time thing, all my paperwork, my deposit forms, and I realised that that isn't something that I've covered in the videos I've done so far, and I've tried to explain a bit about it but in the past, but until I have it in front of me, it's just really difficult to explain. So at some point I will be going home, getting the folder, and helping you with all the boring paperwork side of it. Because if you're going to do it as a full-time thing and you're serious about doing it and trying to make it a proper business, then that is stuff that you need to know. Anyway, so the part 4 that I'm actually doing, that we're filming right now, is going to be crazy princess party story. It's a bit of a story time. And this is going to prepare you for, I guess, the worst case scenario. It's the only party I ever did that went badly, I would say. So let's jump into it. So just to give a bit of background, my parties, I would offer 2 packages. I offered one where I would turn up for an hour and join in on whatever party the parents had already had planned. And I did a second package, which was more expensive. It was 2 hours long. I would turn up, host the party, organise the games, the prizes, the party bags, and just run the whole party for 2 hours, basically. Now, regardless of which package people chose, I used to send out a form in the post once a parent had booked with me with some party rules or guidelines. One of them stated that the parent has to be in the room, a parent or guardian has to be in the room at all times. Just in case the kids were misbehaving or I don't know, just to cover myself on all bases, really, and to help the party run smoothly. So I get this booking and they wanted the more expensive package, and I was over the moon because it meant quite a lot of money. It was on a Saturday and I had a Saturday job at the time, so I booked it off work because at my normal Saturday job I would have made maybe like £40, and at this party I got paid £100. So I was really excited for it. I'd bought all the prizes, the party bags. I spent all morning wrapping past the parcel, making all these games. I turned up and I was really excited. Anyway, turns out that the girl whose party it was, her family knew my family in some way. Not super well, but just the town we live in is quite small. So I turn up and the girl whose party it is starts calling me Sophie, saying, "I know you because so-and-so unnamed knows your mum and your dad and all this." And I was like, she's calling me Sophie, what do I do? This is terrible. The second I walk in the door, they're calling me by my real name. The illusion is broken. And it wasn't because my costume was bad and I didn't look like the character I was portraying. It's literally because the girl's mum had said, "Oh, we've booked Sophie Mason for your birthday party." Now, I never mentioned this in the rules, but I thought it went without saying that if you're booking a princess for your daughter's birthday party, then you want them to believe that they are that princess, and you would be like, "Oh, Elsa's coming," not be like, "Oh, you know that girl, Sophie? Yeah, she's doing your party in a costume." So that made me really nervous because I wasn't expecting that. I was really stressed and I was trying to maintain character and be like, "No, I'm not," giving all this information, character background about the character I was playing, and the kids weren't having it. She was telling all her friends. Everyone in the room was calling me Sophie. Anyway, the parents leave the room. There was a few parents of kids that were at the party. I can't remember how many kids it was. I think it was like 8. And a few of the parents had stayed. And basically the mum of the birthday girl and the parents that had stayed were all in the kitchen. Like door locked, not anything to do with the party. So that was a breach of my rules, for one. I was only maybe, I think I was like 18 when I was doing this. And I hadn't been doing it very long. This was the first like premium deluxe package party that I had done. And looking back, if I did that now, if that happened to me now, then I would go in and be like, "Excuse me, you need to stay in the room," like I said in the paperwork. but I didn't have the guts to do it because I was a teenager and I was nervous. So I got on with this party with no parents in the room, no guardian or anything. I'm trying to get all these games together, trying to get the kids involved in the games, and they're not having it. Like, they were just running amok, doing what they wanted, asking me questions about my personal life because they didn't believe that I was the princess. I finally get them to play, what was it? I think I had a printout of a snowman and it was going to be pin the carrot on the snowman, like pin the tail on the donkey. Oh, I wonder which princess party this was. Anyways, so I have these games started. They played like 1 or 2 games. I think maybe they did pass the parcel as well. And then I'm trying to get them to do the final game, and they're just running around. They are not having it. They're trying to pull my dress had like a cape attached to the back of it, like sewn on, and they were pulling it and pulling it and pulling it. And I was trying to get them to stop while remaining in character. And then they're trying to pull my wig off, literally tugging at the braid. It was so bad. The parent came in to check in at one point. She could see how badly they were misbehaving, and she was just like, "You're right, yeah, okay, bye." Poked her head round, and that was it. I was counting down the minutes left of this party, and I'm sure the kids had fun, which I guess is the main thing. And I didn't snap, and I didn't break character. I refused. But I would just say that if you're doing princess parties, do send out some party guidelines and do make sure the parents stick to them. And if they breach them, maybe even say if you breach any of these conditions, then your deposit won't be refunded or something. Because that's just really bad. It could have been a lot worse, but that really stressed me out. But at the same time, when I left, I kind of thought that once I did that party, I could handle anything because it was awful. Like I said, at some point I will do what will now be part 5, I suppose. It might be the final part unless I get enough more questions to do another Q&A. But I think part 5 will be the last one for now. Hopefully going to film that within the next month. But yeah, I will definitely get that paperwork soon on my booklet and come back to you with all the boring but important paperwork documentation side of things. Hope you enjoyed this video. As always, if you have any further questions, leave them in the comments section. Parts 1, 2, and 3 will be linked below. Subscribe, hit the bell icon, and I'll speak to you next time. Bye!